Part of my motivation for joining the project was because I wanted to do something to support the trans and non-binary community.
I think it's important for trans people to have a voice. I'm a bit of a trans champion, and I wanted to be part of that voice.
We have an incredibly strong community where people are so willing to help each other. I was there because I was wanted as a trans person and not just diluted to just that identity.
I've seen too many kind of research studies that are looking at us as a community from the outside. I think historically a lot of that has kind of focused on the issues, basically, and never on kind of the strengths of the community, never on actual questions that trans people themselves were interested in.
Prior experience was, researching with a clipboard, extracting information, whereas this felt a lot more collaborative. The strong thread of ethics that was running through it really set it apart from what I'd seen before.
I went to training that was run by Dr. Ruth Pearce, and she gave us quite a good overview of how to conduct interviews and on a sort of peer-to-peer basis, and sort of learning different ways to engage people with the questions as well. So when we were asking questions, we ran different activities.
People could write down contributions on colourful post-it notes. People could also just verbalise if they wanted to, or if they just wanted to sit and do some crochet quietly, that was also fine.
There was fidget toys there, and there was food and drink just readily available, and that just made me feel so almost at home.
There was a trained counsellor who was there to kind of check in with people if the research was bringing up anything for anyone that they wanted to talk about. People were paid for their engagement, and I think that needs to be valued.
One of the standout moments for the project for me is just how led it was by trans people.
What was really special was that when people were talking about their experiences, I think it was much easier to kind of relate.
What I would love researchers to do is to ask themselves, has this already been done? Do we really need to do this particular piece of research? Because I think what often happens with minoritised communities is that they are very over-researched, and you end up with just another report that says something which we knew already, and nothing is done with it.
I think the way that we're formatting this research and the way that it's all coming out in how many documents we're producing, the fact that we're doing videos, the fact that there's going to be illustrations, different events with professionals and with community members, read-throughs, validation workshops, it completely changes the game in how people actually use the research. It's not kind of publishing for the publisher's sake. The process of the research itself should be beneficial to the community by which it's meant to serve.
I think that more collaborative approaches between organisations, academics and so on really help to increase, I suppose, how nourishing the results might be that we manage to get from the research that we're doing.
My hope for trans people is just to not be such a point of contention all the time.
I would like to see a little bit more research and more of a research actually getting out into the mainstream. This is what a trans woman is, or this is what a trans man is, this is what a gender diverse person is.
I think it's part of the long-term vision, right, is just to be able to be. That is so important, to just be allowed complete personhood, to be honest. I think a lot of people want that.